Build a boat, the path to profit. Hello, everyone. My name is Tessa, and I'm just making sure that it's connected correctly. Today, we're going to talk about the customer journey. So let me know in the chat if you're watching us live, hashtag replay if you're catching the replay, or of course, hashtag live if you're here with us. Today, I love this topic. You all know that I'm all about marketing, and right now all about everything that we can do to make marketing faster, more effective, get more leads. And today that's what we're talking about, is how you actually do the customer journey process so that people are willing to buy and happy to pay. So I am going to go ahead and share something really cool with you. And again, I know that I'm starting right at the top of the hour and we don't usually. So I'm going to give you all a second to get in. If you're watching live, though, you can comment. We're right here with you. I did. Hey, Odin, good to see you live again. Gosh, it feels like it's been a while since Thanksgiving and all of the things that we had going on. So I'm excited. We're right there on the cusp of 2024. But we're going to talk about customer journey. And we have this awesome little visual that I'm going to share with you guys, because it's really a process. And a lot of people think of it as kind of a linear line or a funnel. You know, you think of a funnel, the customer journey is a process, and it is a process. But I'm going to show you how I see the world, how my business partner Kai over at Move to CEO and I picture the world. Okay, so we're going to right here. Hopefully this will get big for you so you can see it. We're going to up, or it gets super small. That's always fun. Wow, that just disappeared. That's always good. Hold on. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on with technology today. Let's see. Wow, thank you, Canva. We're going to try that again and see if we can get it this time. All right, one more time. This is super fun, though. I do think this is the way I see the world. Okay, now we're going to make it big, much bigger. All right, and even bigger. Okay, there we go. All right, so what you see here, hello everyone, good to see you. Hey, Patrick, Martin, and Clarice, good to have you. So this is a customer journey, or path to profit. Is what we call it, because when you get your leads in and you nurture them all the way through and you get them to your offer or your solution, then you make money. So that's your path to profit. This is a funnel. But a lot of people, when they think of a funnel, they think of that, picture of the funnel. And that is still what it is. But I think of it as this because this is more what the customer sees. So we're going to start with the people who need you. These people out here in the ocean are, they don't even know that they need you yet, because they don't know who you are, what your solution is. Sometimes they don't even know their problem. So what we want to think of these people as your muse or your target audience, and let's say that they are, they're in search, right? So this boat, he looks like he's in search of something. So outbound marketing is what you do to go get in front of them. And this is the part that people forget. They know that the funnel, they know they need a funnel, but they forget that they have to go get their customers. And it could be ads, it could be DM marketing, it could be automation, it could be all kinds of things that get you in front of your target audience. But when I said build a boat, you need a system for getting in touch with the people that need your solution. So we know Sage Scheduler, we have Kelly, and we have Sean Reed over there. You're going to the people who are going to be in your app, who are going to use the app, and who are going to be in the app. So you have two that you want to send two boats out. Your outbound marketing is actually going to go to them. This is your physical efforts to get your business out there. It might be guest podcasting. Fred does a ton of guest podcasting. It could be that you're doing, again, that DM outreach, kind of building relationships. It could be that you're in groups and you're participating. You could be, following comments on Quora. Whatever it is that you're doing, you want to consistently do this. It's not, hey, I'm going to do an ad and then I'm going to stop. It's not, because your boat has to keep coming out here, because people are not just going to come find you as easily as you think they will. And I really, when people build a website, they think that people are going to come. If you build it, they will come. It's not going to happen. And, the search engine can only bring you so much traffic. Again, that's outbound marketing though, because you're doing blog posts, and blog posts can fall into an inbound marketing category where they're coming to find you. But if you're actively promoting the blog posts and getting them out into other platforms and getting them on PR, then you're actually doing outbound marketing. But you have to go to them, and then you can bring them back to the dock. And the dock is your website, or your place where they're going to come to, and they're going to be able to see more about you, right? So now we've got the people at the dock, and now we can actually have a lead magnet where we're going to capture their contact information. The dock just got their attention. Some people might happen across a dock that's sitting out there, or your social media post, or your inbound marketing, which is your website, your social media posts. I know a lot of people think that social media posts are inbound marketing, but they're not, because they exist. People will happen across them. It's kind of like if you walked by a window of a store and you were interested, you happened to be at that corner of that store at that time, and it was coincidence, right? You just walked by. It wasn't like you were in search of it and they did not come to get you. It wasn't the sign guy throwing the sign around, right? So sometimes you'll have people that accidentally happen upon your lead magnet, but most of the time you have to actually go get them. And this is an active every single day process. I know Sage Scheduler, you're probably feeling that because you build your audience that exact way, right? One person at a time, like connecting with people. So let's say you got your people in. Now they're going to get into your lead capture system, your lead magnet. A lot of our partners, IdeaPros partners, you have a magnet, a lead magnet, whether you know it or not, but your website can collect contact information. So in the beginning, when you have just get more information, it's not super motivational. So you have to think about, what can you offer that's going to be of value, add value. A quick win is ideal. So it's something that's going to be able to, they're going to immediately feel the value of what you do as a business, not just your product or your service or your app, but they immediately know that you're a solution to their problem. We have Pitchcraft event where you can sign up and get time with Fred to do your investor pitching. That's a lead magnet. So sorry if you guys happen upon it and you're like, this is just super value. It's still a lead magnet, because we are trying to get the right people into our funnel so that they know Fred, they know what we do at IdeaPros, and then they might choose one of our services. That's just the way the world works, guys. But you have a good lead magnet that delivers tons of value, and then you do a nurture. If you don't have a nurture sequence, you're getting all these leads and then they fall flat. So these people are like, okay, that's a cool lead magnet. And then they get over here and they're lost, and they just can't turn around, go back out to their boat, and they're out of there. So keep in mind that you have to keep that flow going of information, of value, of entertainment, edutainment, whatever you want to consider that. You have to keep that nurture flow going, or they will never make it to conversion sequence. So this is kind of an effort to get from here. I think of this as like, we're happening along this path. It's easy because it's just easy content. When you're asking them to make the leap from here to a conversion sequence, it's going to take a level of knowledge that you're the right fit for them, right? So you have to have done your lead nurture flow in a way that's leading to your product. It's not just random information that's out there, right? We can't have conflicting information like this product over here and this product, and they're both coming in the same sequence. You really have to keep people on a path that is super clear to get to this conversion sequence. It makes sense. They're going to make this jump because they need that thing that's on conversion sequence island here, okay? And then an even bigger leap is for them to actually buy the offer, right? So for you to get from here to where you're actually delivering the service, like that's a bigger leap too. They bought the product, now you have to deliver on it. So I just like to go over this, and I know there's a lot of questions. We're going to go over a couple more outbound marketing things that you guys could consider and a few inbound as well. I always focus more on outbound. But before I do you have any questions in the chat? Anything that you guys have questions about, go ahead and put it in the chat for me. But while I'm checking over there, I have a lot more places. We actually are live on our own website as well. So I'm checking to see if we have any comments on any of the platforms. And there are a few. So a really good question. So when you are building your ramp here, your dock, if you will, is your website. It is something that they could happen upon that you could actually get leads from, but your actual lead magnet is what they're giving their contact information for. They could come to the website and browse and get value and even, go to a blog, but that is still just an inbound marketing tactic. So blogs are a great way for inbound marketing because you are pulling people. I mean, it's there, right? So they're going to get the information long-term. Podcasts are a great inbound marketing tactic. You've got social media posts, and remember that only 4% of your social media ever sees your post at any given time. And now it's definitely going down from that statistic. I imagine that the 2024 numbers that we see, recapping 2023, is that people have super short attention span. And so we probably have even less that see it at any given time. But it's like 1 in 5. If you're looking at your conversion rates, is 1 in 5 is an average for you to get into your system. And that's just like on the really good sales, 1 in 5. And so of people that you have in your lead flow sequence even. So we're going to dive into outbound marketing. So I'm just curious if you over in the chat can tell me what outbound marketing you think there is. Odin, I see you over there. I know you've got outbound marketing ideas. So some outbound marketing ideas. Anyone? I've talked about a few. So I'm going to dive into the few that I've talked about while you guys are thinking about putting it in the chat. And I know we're dispersed across so many different platforms at this very moment. All right. Yes. Networking. Good job. Yeah. Yep. Your attention span is longer now. You think so? Is longer? I don't know. I feel like I do pay attention a little bit more. So we've got networking. Yes, absolutely. I love networking. That is one of my favorites. Networking does so much for your business because you're looking for opportunities to partner, not just to get a lead, but to partner with people. And we talk about having at least one inbound and outbound marketing task that you're doing every day. And I will pick networking any day of the week because I get such a bigger impact. I might be going, BNI is one of the ones that I used to go to all the time. I go to a mastermind called Trust Equity Now, where it's all like 6-figure business owners, and you're helping each other as well, and great connections. But you can actually find someone who's in a complementary industry like Odin with coaching, and myself with Move to CEO. Obviously, Kai's a coach, and that always works well because you have two people that can both work with each other. So, Sean, you might be finding people who have access to the businesses that you want to get in front of. So that might be a listing system or something that has a bunch of them already in there, and you might be able to get in front of them by participating in an ad that goes out to their listing system. It just depends because you have to be careful. Sometimes you infringe on like a competitor type vibe. And so yes. Oh, you're driving by the studio. Really? Oh, you can hear the outbound voice right now. Absolutely. So video and podcast, video blogs, podcast blogs, whatever you can combine. Now I am going to tell you a secret. About video blogging and the lives that we do. Outbound lives are definitely an outbound activity because you can get exposure to an audience that you're putting this out on channels, you're sharing this out, but you can actually go live And then you can reproduce that piece. So you can turn that into a podcast. You can turn it into little video clips. You can create audiograms. I call this potatoes to fries. So you can make a lot of pieces with one per week. So obviously this is our potato. It's a Friday live. We can chop this up into many pieces and distribute it. I know. And then contributions to groups in social media. Absolutely. I love it. Odin's awake today. He's like, I'm on it. YouTube. Yes. So in groups, I actually go live in a group of 700,000 every single week intentionally. And it's not because all the people are showing up on the lives. In fact, most lives that you go to, most of the traffic is not on that live. It's on the replays and it's on the ads that you can drive to that. So you, when you feel like, hey, I've only gotten 3 people, you just have to rethink how you're getting in front of people. So maybe you need a new tactic. Maybe you need to share it in a group. Share the lives, share the information, and it's value, right? So I'm not asking anybody to buy anything. I'm just giving value and information. Beautiful. So I have the hiccups. I apologize, guys. So I do love direct mail. You've got so many ideas. Direct mail. I love if you take a different way for outbound marketing. If you don't do it in the way that everybody's doing, everybody's sending email. If you don't send everybody an email, if you send a physical card, when I was doing wedding websites, I sent an advertisement that looked like a wedding invitation. It literally had the bow on it and it had the fancy sticker and the handwriting and everything. I guarantee I had so many people who opened it up thinking it was a wedding invitation. And then there's my, hey, is your website ready for your audience for all those brides? And I got a lot of business. I actually didn't have to send that many. I really only sent maybe 20 and I already filled up my whole, I paid for my whole wedding with trade and got new clients. Oh, I do like the shoes, the promo idea. Yes. Oh, shined shoes promo idea. What? How did I miss that? You're going to shine people's shoes? Direct marketing. I'll be sending shined up shoes out soon. I've heard of that. Like the foot in the door, you send one. Was that you who told me about that in the beginning, Odin? You sent one shoe and then you're like, just wanted to get my foot in the door. Would love to have a chance to get in the room with you. And then the 2 shoes together. I know there's so many ideas. So think about things that people aren't used to getting, because that's where you're going to stand out, because we have to be louder. We have to be brighter. We have to be more amazing than everything else that people have the option to see. If you're not going to get seen. So today, I just want to recap real quick. We have talked about the fun. Well, it is the funnel, but it is how to build a boat. So an outbound marketing campaign that's going to bring people to your dock. And then just having that realization that you need to have a lead magnet. You need to have a sequence that can nurture them, and you need to have a way for them to buy. But knowing that you're probably going to have to get involved in that buy purchase process, because a lot of people, to get that little hump over, it might be you live, it might be you sending a video, but you might have to get involved for somebody to actually trust. In today's environment, it's very hard to get trust from people. So we talked about networking. I also want to say that referrals are huge. Referrals are outbound marketing. You go to your own target, your customers, and you say, hey, if you loved working with me, I would really appreciate if you can say a thing or two on this video and, give a testimonial, give me a good rating. I mean, like, if you feel like this was valuable, leave a testimonial for me. Hey, Levi, good to have you. Yes, your audience will affect your advertising. It's true. Well, knowing your audience will affect your audience. Absolutely. Because your advertising, because you have to build your advertising has to speak to them. If your target market is young kids that are listening to music, you're going to have a totally different approach to marketing than someone who is targeting seniors. It's just the way it's going to be. Yes, referrals and testimonials. And that's also social proof. So you definitely want to do it. We call it a trust. it's the power of trust, right? And you can multiply the power of trust. You can pass the trust from one person who has trusted you. You can transfer that trust into another person who's going to give you a shot, right? Is going to give your product a shot, or they're going to try something just because someone else said they loved it. So influencers are outbound marketing as well. You can be a guest podcaster. You can be a guest blogger. You can get out there, be a group administrator, be doing advertising, be doing outbound mail campaigns. Like Odin said, if you can get in front of them, like when you move into a new location, I'm totally blanking on it. It's like hello cart or something. Anyway, the hello welcome cart, I think it is. Anyway, welcome wagon helps if I can get this right in my head. I met with them, and their campaigns are amazing. They know when somebody is thinking about moving. So if you had a moving app, or if you had, a product that was great for movers, or newly, insurance for a new house, all these things, you can actually be ahead of them. Yeah, welcome wagon, right? I finally met with her too, and she was amazing. But you can be ahead of people, and that's where we want to be. We want to be thinking about, where are they hanging out now? In that picture where I showed you of the ocean, where are they at, and how can we get to them? Because if you're yelling from that dock, and you're yelling from your little lead magnet, they're not going to hear you because they're so far, and they really don't know they have a problem yet. There's problem aware and solution aware, and so you want to know that you want to make that effort to get out there too. And so I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the chat if this was helpful to you. If you're catching the replay, let me know. If there's any questions that you have, as always, make sure that you put them in the chat and we'll cover them. We do have a Pitchcraft event coming up. I'd love to see you all there so that you can pitch and practice with Fred. And it's IdeaPros. I'm going to put the link in. It's fred.ideapros.com/pitchcraft. I love these events. And I know, Levi, you've been part of our pitching with Fred. I love these events because it's so cool to see the evolution of where people come from, where they had this pitch. And this is for investment pitching, but this could be for how you describe your product even. So it doesn't have to be just to investors, although he covers some of the background on how that works and, what types of funding there are. So come, Sean, you should come and do the Pitchcraft. It's an evening event. This is not a daytime event. So it's like from 4 to 6 Pacific time. And we'd love to see you guys there so that we can hear your pitches. And Martin and Kyle, you should definitely come. Do it again. We've had Martin in our pitch craft in pitching meetings, and I feel like every time I hear them, they get better and better, and I'm just so excited. So come to the Pitchcraft event. That is in like a week. I feel like it's next week. It's coming too fast. And we will see you guys all next week. I hope you have a blessed week. Bye, everyone.